Welcome back, my students, to a brand new episode of Comic Class. Today's lesson, guys, I want to make a quick discussion video. Basically doing like a little bit of a rant, but more like so just a discussion. Basically talking about the sentiment of people basically saying that you're not a true fan unless you like something, either completely not criticize it, or you don't like something the same way someone else does. And I thought this would be a really good topic to talk about because I feel like it's one of the most toxic traits that you see on Twitter, especially being accessible that it is, especially comic Twitter, but in other mediums as well, such as movies, video games, stuff like that. A main thing that's like entertainment based. And I think this whole argument of being a fan of a franchise slash series, whatever it is that you're into, be it comics, since it's a comic channel, it would be like, being a fan of a specific run and being told that, you're not a fan of the character if you didn't like a certain interpretation of the character. And I think that's ridiculous. I don't think there's such a thing as a true fan of a series. I think when we put media out, it's up to the audience basically like it, dislike it, whatever way they want. Especially when the medium or the character is built in a way where it's supposed to have different interpretations of the character. Um, and I think that a lot of the infighting with the community when it comes to these characters, be it in the comic books or adaptations of comic books in TV or movies or even video games, really destroys this like connection that a lot of us could have because people are kind of like bent on having the right opinion on a character, and I think that's ridiculous. Me personally, I like a lot of different runs of a character. Like when I look at a character like Spider-Man, for example, which we've been covering on the channel, I really enjoyed Ned Spencer's run, but I also enjoy Steve Ditko's run a lot, and I consider that to be like a masterpiece with Steve Ditko and Stan Lee working together. But that doesn't mean that I can't like John Romita as we're about to go into it, because he definitely does have a different style than Steve Ditko. The writing itself is supposed to have a different style too. Um, so for the people back then that were in that era, saying that you prefer John Romita doesn't mean that you're not a true Spider-Man fan. And I just think this argument, I mean, it'd be similar to like even Batman, Superman, saying like John Byrne or Joe Shuster and Jerry Siegel, or Bob Kane, Bill Finger, and then you go to people like Jim Lee and Tom King, and now we have James Tynion the fourth, and then we're going to, I think, Joshua Williamson is the newest Batman writer that's taking over, something like that. And then with Spider-Man, we're going to get John Romita Jr. Coming back after so many like years. I think it's been like a decade or two since he's been working on Spider-Man. So that's going to be a big change, and I just think the whole argument of you're not a true fan if you don't enjoy the series slash character the way I do, and I really hate that argument. But just a quick video putting that question out there. What do you guys think of the argument of you're not a true fan if you don't agree with what I do and you don't like what I do? Me personally, I think it's ridiculous. I think it's toxic, and you mostly see it on Twitter, out of all places. And I think it's something that needs to stop. We need to stop. There's going to be different variations of characters, and enjoying a character, not enjoying a character is completely fine. We need to stop hating people because they don't enjoy the same variation that we do, or interpretation, or iteration that we do of a character or series. Because we all have our different likes, dislikes, and as long as the story and the core is the same, and I always believe the core of the character is the most important. That's what really matters, and hopefully, we can enjoy or dislike whatever we want, and not be, hated on for it, basically. But that's gonna be all, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, just leave your comment down below. and what you think of this argument, and do you usually respond with that, with your own negativity, or do you kind of just let it roll off of you and basically say, I'm allowed to basically like or dislike a certain iteration of the character if I want, or a certain run of the character if I want, and I'm not forced to enjoy everything just because it's the character or series that I love or like, a lot, or even just like, a little bit. You're not forced to just consume everything a person puts out. That's basically the message of this video, at least how I feel on the situation. But that's going to be all, guys, done this video. God bless you. Until next lesson, keep on reading those comments.